Okay, good morning, students. Again, we are back with the physical education chapter of the training and doping in physical education. Training, we are done with training. Now, doping. What is doping? Different physical educators and different people have given different type of definition. But one definition which was given by IOC, International Olympic Committee, is that use of any external substance, to enhance your performance and get the result best out from the competitors is known as doping. It is known as doping. Doping is a use of any method or substance that might harm the athlete in a quest to gain an unfair advantage over his or fellow competitors. To gain an advantage from your competitors, that is known as you are using any external substance, that is known as doping. There are two the international agency which is dealing with doping is known as WADA, World Anti-Doping Agency. This committee sees in the world the tennis tournament in Olympics and Asian Games, they go to the players and take their blood sample, and find out whether the particular athlete has taken the use of any external substance which has been banned by the IOC which has been banned by IOC. So if that particular athlete is found, then he is considered as he is banned from that particular tournament, and he is considered he has used the banned substance, so he has done doping. So there are two types of doping generally. Performance enhancing drugs or substances or physical methods. Performance enhancing drugs or substances means when you are taking orally or through injection the substances into your body, that is known as substances which you are taking. It can be like there are different categories of substances like AAS, then the beta blockers, diuretics. After that comes stimulants, narcotics. All these are performance enhancing drugs. The physical method. What is physical method? That is blood doping or gene doping. What is blood doping? There are two types of blood doping that we will deal later on, but generally, the blood is taken out from you. Blood is taken out from your body, and before the competition, generally the blood is taken out. You will say 4 to 6 weeks before the competition from your body, and before the competition, the blood is again injected inside your body. It is frozen into the freezer, and after that, it is again injected into your body. That is known as physical method. So under this comes blood doping and gene doping. Blood doping and gene doping. What are performance enhancing substances? First one is anabolic androgenic steroid. Anabolic androgenic steroid. What is the work of AAS? It is used to increase the muscle mass in the body. It is used to increase the muscle mass in the body, which increase the physical strength of the body, which increase the physical strength of an individual. If your muscle mass is more, that means you are having more strength in your body, and overall your performance increases. It can be taken orally or injected into the body through injection. After that comes human growth hormones. Human growth hormones. What does it do? It stimulates the liver and other tissues to secrete insulin-like growth factor IGF-1, which in turn helps to boost growth and muscle growth, bone growth and muscle growth. Bone growth and muscle growth. Actually, it improves the bone growth and muscle growth. After that comes, we are done with A, S, H, G, H. After that comes beta 2 agonist. What does beta 2 agonist do? Beta 2 agonist widens the bronchi or the lungs so that more amount of oxygen passes to it, so that more so allowing more air to pass. If more amount of air is passing, that means you are able to continue to do the work more efficiently. That means your endurance increases. There are two types of beta agonists. One is short acting, and which causes relief, and other one is long acting, which induces the breathing problem. They mainly they help to ensure that greater amount of blood oxygen reaches the blood, and therefore it enhances the endurance. Here the endurance is needed most. General two types of endurance. Okay, short term endurance like 800 meters, 400 meters. Long term endurance, it is generally, or you can say marathon or cross country. It is generally 21 kilometers. Marathon is 42 kilometers. So here long distance run. Generally, athletics is divided into three classes made to track and field. What is track? Where you are running. What is field events? Where you are throwing or jumping and everything. That is known as field events. Under the track events, it comes short distance, middle distance, and long distance. What is short distance? Short distance is like that 100 meters, 200 meters. Generally, you can go for 400 also. Where sprints are used. After that comes middle distance. 800 meters, 1500 meters, 3000 meters, 5000, you can go, you can say middle. After that, okay, 5000, 10,000, 21 kilometers, that is half marathon cross country. After that comes marathon, that is 42 point something kilometers, that is long distance races. So, where your lungs are getting more amount of oxygen to the blood, to the body, where the endurance increases, that is known as beta 2 agonist. After that comes diuretics. What is diuretics? Earlier also I have told you that there are some games or some sports where we go for we have to be in a particular category of particular category of weight. For example, like judo, weight training, weightlifting, you can wrestling. You have to be in a particular category of weight. Why just you are going 500, 600, 200 grams over that more than that particular category? What do? You will try to reduce the weight. How it is reduce the? Generally by taking this diuretics. What happens? Your body excretes the water as much as possible. After that, what happens? You more amount of you want to say water comes out of the body. That means you are coming in the you will come under your weight will come down. Your weight will come down, and automatically you will be in the category you wanted to be. So diuretics are commonly known as water pills, as they help to remove excess water from the body. And then it can be either by sweating or by passing urine. So diuretics are sometimes also known as water pills. They are also known as water pills, as they help to remove excess water from the body. Athletes seek recourse to diuretics to lose weight, so as to meet weight-related eligibility criteria. Suppose again, eligibility criteria means you are 500, 600 gram more than a particular category. Now, to remove that, to come in that category, what you can do? Only one solution. You can't remove the blood and all that. Only you can remove water from your body, either by urine or by sweating. Generally, what people do, okay, they will wear. If it is hot climate, what you will do? You will wear upper, or you will wear blazer, something like that, so that you start sweating automatically, and more amount of water comes out, means your weight will go down. So diuretics are like that. After that comes stimulants. Stimulants. What are stimulants? It affects the central nervous system. Stimulants affect the central nervous system by transforming mental function and behavior. It increases the alertness in an athlete and decreases the exhaustion, or you will not feel tired. It increases the alertness. Examples of proper stimulants used are amphetamines, etc. After it can be injected into the bloodstream or inhaled through nasal spray. It can be injected into the bloodstream or it can be inhaled through nasal spray. After that comes narcotics. What is narcotics? They are generally painkillers. Generally, what the athlete is having pain. So first of all, any tournament is going on, local tournament where we are playing, any injury happens. What we prescribe? Okay, take painkiller. Take painkiller so that you will not have pain and you will continue with the game. But internationally, it is bad. Internationally, it is bad. Okay, at a local level, nobody is watching what you have taken. Like you can say Brufen or Flexona, etc., where we use painkillers. If we are using painkiller, what happens? Okay, our pain is suppressed and we continue to do the playing. After that, okay, whatever is the result, but for particular time, our body, we have subsided the pain and we continue to play the game. But internationally, it is bad. Internationally, you can't take narcotics. Narcotics are painkillers. They are used for reducing pain from injuries by dulling the nervous system of pain signals. They do not have to be banned substances as such. But according to IUC, you are using a banned substance. Generally, it comes like morphine, then the fentanyl. All these they are known as narcotics. A short other name of painkiller is known as narcotics. These are the types of questions which can come. Okay, what is the other name of narcotics? Painkillers. What they do is subside the pain and you continue to do your work. That is known as painkiller. That is known as narcotics. After that comes cannabinoids. What they do? They are psychoactive chemicals. Remember the word. Psychoactive chemicals used to induce a sense of relaxation. Generally, marijuana, hashish, they are known as cannabinoids. Okay, these come under the category of performance enhancing substances or drugs. After that comes physical method. Under that comes blood doping and gene doping. Under blood doping, there are two types of blood doping are there. Autologous and what is blood doping? Again, also I have told you, but again, blood doping is a way of boosting the number of RBC or red blood cells in bloodstream in order to increase the amount of oxygen in blood and improve athletic performance. They can develop endurance or stamina and help to improve the performance, especially for long distance races. What we do in this? In autologous blood doping, 2 units of at least blood is taken a few days before the event. The blood is then frozen and injected 1 or 2 days before the competition. If it is taken from the athlete's body, then it is known as autologous. It is known as autologous. But if the blood is taken from the other person, not from the athlete, other person, same blood group, then it is known as homologous. You are taking the blood from the athlete, from the body of an individual. If it is the same athlete's body, then it is autologous. If it is from the other person, then it becomes homologous. Homologous. Okay, dear students. Now comes gene doping. The World Anti-Doping defines gene doping as a non-therapeutic use of cells having the capacity to improve performance. It manipulates the athlete's cell or genes to produce faster reflexes. We manipulate our genes so that our reflexes become fast and we are able to make the performance better compared to what we are supposed to do. That is known as gene doping. So these were okay. Today we have done with the types of doping. That is what we have used, like performance enhancing drug and substances. Under that was AAS, anabolic androgenic steroids. After that comes human growth hormones. After that comes stimulants, narcotics, diuretics, and cannabinoids. So after and then comes physical method. What is physical method? When you are taking the blood from your body and injecting it just 1 or 2 days before the competition. If you are taking the blood from yourself, that it becomes homologous or autologous. If you are taking the blood from other person or other individual, then freezing it and before the competition and injecting it, then it becomes autologous. So autologous and homologous. That is a difference is okay. For a particular individual, it becomes autologous. From a same individual, it becomes autologous. From other individual, it becomes homologous. So these were the types of doping we can generally use. Now other topics which are left is drugs which are or you can say substances prohibited during the competition and after the competition, or means before the competition, which substances you should not take, like in archery and shooting or all that. What is that? Coffee. At a particular you can take coffee, but not taking 8 to 10 cups at a stretch. 8 to 10 cups at a stretch means your amount of caffeine is in the body. Then you are considered as doping. So there are some substances which are banned which you are not allowed to take before the competition. That we will be doing in our next class. Till then, take care, and tomorrow we will be back with our next class. Thank you, students.